Hello.
Hey,
How are you doing?
yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Were we gonna play Astroneer? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I got it
Nice.
set up. Yeah, yeah, we're at the point where we both have like surfboards, and I guess
Oh yeah, that's right.
the idea was like we just are gonna use the surfboards to like go ahead faster because somehow still on the compass we don't see. Normally, I've always seen like all three storms like where they are, but I don't see any storms. So I guess using the surfboard
Oh,
we could like go ahead faster and see if we can get them to show up or something.
yeah.
I'll take. Yeah, I guess we both have like oxygen containers. So whenever we notice like half our oxygen's gone, we could come back. I'm gonna take a few of these like soil canisters on me so that I could build like a bridge if we need to cross, or like it'll make it easier to cross.
Mhm.
Yeah, how have you been doing?
I've been doing pretty good, yeah. Nothing really too new, I guess. Like our cat is doing well and
Mm.
stuff like that. I guess I played like some new like games and stuff lately as well
Oh yeah.
that have been fun. Yeah, there's one called like Unknown Tapes that I was playing last night with some friends. It's like a single player game, but it's like a horror that has like dinosaurs in it. I guess like
Oh
the
yeah.
the premise, yeah, the premise is that it's kind of like a Jurassic Park like facility that like a government owns or something, and like you're like a guy that's trying to go in with a video camera and find out what's going on. But it's the like horror mechanics with the dinosaurs are like pretty well done in this one, I think.
Hmm.
But it's like an indie game, so it's not like when I say pretty well done, I don't mean like AAA title. I mean like for an indie horror game, it's like pretty good
And with camera, yeah,
comparatively.
a lot of games are adding like a camera, like the player has a camera for some reason, or like that's worked into the game. Like
Yeah, it's
there's a
kind of
couple.
like I guess yeah, like a found footage like thing or something.
But are you like filming with the camera?
It's just kind of the perspective of the player. So like um there's no like mechanics for like turning the camera on or off or anything like that. But like the perspective of the player is through like a film grain like filter. So it's like just like a part of the story that you're there to like videotape it or something, I think.
Yeah, it sounds neat. Like the visual, I guess the visuals are kind of cool then because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's mostly like I would say it plays a little bit similar to like an escape the room game or something where like you're mostly looking for like codes for things on like pieces of paper around and stuff like that. So like there isn't too much like it's one of those horror games where like you don't have a gun to fight the animals off with basically, like kind of like Amnesia or something. I think was one of the first ones to do that like pretty successfully. And like yeah, that like I find that adds something to like horror games that I like. I kind of like horror games where you don't have a gun as
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, guns have been used so much now. Even if like they're like a fun mechanic, it's so like it's just too like overdone, and
Yeah,
yeah, we sort of
especially in like
yeah.
yeah, I feel like it just feels broken as soon as you have a gun. Like it's just like, oh, it's this horror stealth game and it's like, oh, that's scary. That it's like, but you have a gun and it's like, oh, so it's just an action shooter. Like like you're like once you have the gun, like the horror is kind of gone, I guess.
Your
In
guy
the game anyway.
took like fall damage or something.
Yeah, I think no, I got hit by one of those plants.
Uh,
Um, I wonder if I can run back and make
yeah, you
it.
could start running because then I can meet you like partially halfway or something.
Is it the green?
Orange is where you're headed.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I could meet you and give you a oxygen container, but you probably would make it, I guess. Or like maybe barely make it, but with one oxygen it should be good.
Yeah, I'm running there now.
Yeah, I was able to see where the storm was. I think it's just like around the corner of the planet, and it doesn't show up until we walk in that direction. Yeah, here's oxygen.
Thanks.
And yeah, if you just run to the vehicle, you should be good. I'm just gonna go back and quickly check that we are supposed to head to the red storm next.
Oh, it says my connection was lost
Oh.
to the host.
Yeah.
Which is weird because the call is still working, so. I'll try. It says you're still joinable, so just joining in.
Oh yeah, you guys just standing there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You
it
came
just
back in the
got me back
seconds.
in. Yeah. And with the oxygen, I guess, too, yeah.
Yeah, let me know if your oxygen goes down more. I can have more.
Yeah. I kind of wish that I, like, kept the board, like, I
Like
wish
through
there was
Jessie.
some things, yeah.
We could print more boards actually and leave them at the main
Oh, yeah.
base. But
That's a good
then
idea.
you won't have like the board runs down your battery within maybe like 10 seconds if you don't have like a power source.
Oh,
So yeah, we'd also need
yeah, my oxygen's getting low again.
yeah, because you have that like infinite power thing. Oh, yeah, I'll come back with oxygen.
Oh, God. Okay.
Just this little like Coke can of oxygen.
Yeah.
And then oh yeah, I guess your body. We could drive. I'll start driving the vehicle towards your body, and then that way we have all the supplies.
Okay.
I could take the 2 containers.
Oh, yeah. There you go. I wish I could just switch the whole backpack, like, instead of having to...
Yeah, I'm waiting for at some point for them to add kind of like more pro controls where you can just like if you could like almost like hold shift, highlight like 8 things and pull them all at once, or something that's yeah like pop everything off my backpack and put it on like some container.
Yeah. I guess that's, like, it's a pretty reasonable, like, penalty for death, I suppose, but yeah.
But
Same
even in
time, it's
gameplay, like usually if you collect like eight like resources and you just want to throw them all onto like a pallet, it's like one
Yeah.
by one, which is kind of it's weird. I guess like no one playing the game would really run into that until they want to play like multiple playthroughs or something.
Mhm.
But yeah, they do seem to like the people that stick around and play the game, I guess like they're not like making money off those players, I guess, except for when the DLC comes out. But
Yeah.
they seem to sometimes do things like automation and trains and stuff are like totally unnecessary unless
Oh,
you're
this
like
this like weird thing is like,
oh,
whoa, what, what, what? It's just like
it just
making like,
teleported. It just like moved.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it's just a ball, like a ball that you might be able to use to like have fun in multiplayer or something.
oh, okay. I don't know what makes, I guess it's fall damage. Like, what makes those plants sometimes kill me and sometimes not? Like,
If they kick you
It
in the
must be
air, yeah.
the yeah.
Or maybe also I think when you get hit, there's like a time when you're weaker, and then if you get like hit twice before you
Yeah.
like fully recover.
Ooh, power cells.
Yeah, a little temp. That's like a temporary power cell, but yeah, it'll give you power whenever you need it. I guess it would not drain unless you're using more than like 1 unit a second. If you're like drilling and surfing, then you could benefit from extra power.
Mm-hmm. Ah, it says my connection was lost again.
Huh.
Hopefully
Yeah,
it'll put me back in like.
Yeah, we'll see if it puts you back. Yeah.
It seems to be like loading. If it does just put me right back in, it seems to be loading in like right back away. Yeah, it does. So, uh, yeah, it doesn't really matter if that keeps happening or not. It could just be because Tyler's here like playing games online too. So yeah, we've been playing a bit more like Helldivers recently again. It's pretty fun.
Oh yeah. Is there any like recent changes in like new planets or something?
Well, they just added like a vehicle not too long ago, which is like fun because previous to that there were like none. I don't think there were any vehicles that you could drive.
Yeah.
So like it was yeah, it's like a pretty big like that was like one of the reasons why I decided to start playing it again. I was like, ah, that adds so much convenience, like because the whole game is like basically you just like running across like these planets that have like really terrible like atmospheres all the time. They do like the animations and stuff in that game like really well.
I think the
The voice
storm.
acting is pretty good.
Oh wait, yeah, I think we're going in the right direction. It's weird.
Can you tell
Oh yeah, there.
where this?
Yeah, I can actually see the storm. It's like the farthest possible, straight ahead of us. Looks like it's like right on the horizon, like from the looking at the
Oh,
compass. It just doesn't always like if I'm standing back here, it doesn't show on the
oh, I
compass.
see.
Yeah, as soon as I take a few
Yeah,
steps
I
forward,
can
yeah,
see it. It's like the pink thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Should we try to build a bridge across this valley, or do you want to try to go to the left or the right to see if it ends?
I always just do bridge. Yeah, we have enough.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, we could do bridge.
I'll just fill some stuff.
So I do. I guess yeah. There's still fall damage with the hoverboard.
Yeah, and then you could like mitigate it by flying into like a wall as you fall. If you fly into like a against a wall, as long as you're like driving into a wall or running into a wall, it minimizes like fall damage.
Hmm.
We also have this house, this temporary shelter. We could always like we have one packager, so we could like build the shelter, save here, and then. But it's not like super necessary.
Yeah, it could be good if something happens. If something goes with the bridge or something wrong, like.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically we have this little hut that we could save. And then as long as we walk inside. Yeah, so we should exit this hut if we die.
I found another like pink PS5 or whatever this thing is like.
What's that?
It's like the data circuit model.
Oh yeah.
It's like a pink like Xbox looking thing or like game console.
Yeah, I looked up like what do those do, and I don't know if they do anything, or like if they're for some previous challenge. Like it was weird to not.
Yeah,
find...
it says like 4 out of 5 or something. So like.
But I had all 5.
I don't know.
I had all 5, and then I looked up like the name of them, like What do they
Maybe
do? And
it,
yeah,
yeah, maybe has never nobody figured it out yet or something, or
or maybe yeah, they haven't added a use. It could be.
yeah.
Oh, I watched The Brutalist, that movie, in theaters. It's like a 3 hour movie, and it has like a
What's it about?
15. It's the story of like a guy who basically immigrates to America in like 1950s, and
Hmm.
he's like kind of a pretty good art, like a very good architect, but then like doesn't immediately get like credit for that, and then he's trying to also get his wife and daughter to come over, and so it's like the story of just his like struggles through that and finding like not a great fit in America. And there's like, you know, he gets like connected with a rich guy, but the rich guy, it's like unclear for a bit, but then the rich guy does like just kind of want to use him a little bit and not really care about him as a person.
Hmm.
uh, but overall, what I liked was that, like, you know, this architecture style, like brutalism.
Yeah, is that like what he does?
Yeah, that's his style, and I guess that's why it's called like the brutalist. But then also the double meaning of like he has kind of like a brutal past and a brutal life. So that's neat
Yeah.
too, like the fact that his architecture reflects like the brutalist nature of his life. But then also the movie as well. It, you know,
Hmm.
being 3 hours and big, and it's very, the movie is very uh, like it doesn't try to lead you or anything. It's just like a bunch of scenes, as if the movie itself was just like this big massive brutalist like construction that's sort of like
Yeah,
there and undeniable. And
that's cool.
yeah, like the movie features sort of him getting this project and building like a brutalist like chapel or something like in America. And so it's very like self-contained, and just the, it's very satisfying in the end, I guess, that like
Yeah,
you feel like you've observed like a brutalist construction just by watching the movie. uh, and that's
it's
all.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah, it feels
yeah,
kind
I
of
like.
unique, I guess.
Yeah, I like movies like that are kind of like documentaries, or like I don't know if that is like based on a real guy or not, but like movies that are kind of like done in like a biography type of way, but like they're just like collections of scenes of like memories or something of that person. Like
Yeah, yeah,
for you, yeah, because then it's like there's no like narrative really um
yeah. It's not trying to
besides
say they're
like the
good. Yeah, there's no
person.
like they're, this guy's the
Yeah,
good guy or the bad guy. It's just like this is a bunch of stuff
yeah,
that
like
happened, and yeah,
yeah, like besides like the exclusion of clips of things happening, like there isn't really, yeah, like any way to like feed like a way for the viewer to like view that thing besides like just the,
yeah.
it's like this is the what happened, these are the facts of like what was said in this room during this time with this person or something, I don't know.
There's these little plants that shoot like red balls, and the balls explode.
Oh no, it's
Yeah, it's gonna like
um,
attack us. I'm trying to get rid of them.
why can't I do that?
Oh, you're trying to dig out those guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to turn on like your stronger drill bit sometimes.
uh,
But then yeah, it'll use more power.
I don't know if you've heard of that there's that like AI called like Neurosama.
I don't think so.
It's like this, like, I guess content creator that's made like this AI that can play like GeoGuessr and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Um, and like there's yeah, I was watching like a video of it like compete against like a another AI the other day. And like I guess the guy that makes like it was kind of like it was like a comedy like skit as well. Like so they're like not super seriously trying to compete with GeoGuessr with it, but like they were making like accurate guesses like and stuff like that. But I guess like the guy has like an evil version of Neurosama. Like he can set it to different parameters, and he has like a different skin that makes the AI like look like it's evil. And like so they were like playing GeoGuessr with like this evil version of the AI, and it's like he's like sitting there like asking the AI questions about where it thinks they are, like based on what's on the screen, and like the AI goes like, I've Googled whatever, whatever, and he's like, oh, we're not allowed to Google things, and it goes, I know we are not allowed to Google things, but I'm going to do it anyway.
That's the first
Like,
like indication that it's evil. Is just like
yeah, it's just like it must be written in, like just don't listen. Like if you're told not to do something, like don't listen or something.
oh, that's how you get warped. That was
Yeah.
a very like precarious place you're standing to. Like when you come back into the game, you're like right on the edge of a
Yeah,
bridge.
I hope I'm gonna stay on the bridge.
We should be close enough to our like safety hut though to be saved.
Oh yeah, that's right. Uh oh yeah, I am still on the bridge.
Oh yeah, I guess it would just be hard to recover the equipment if you had fallen.
Yeah. It's just like material for a bridge that you're collecting.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I guess I could still like what? Oh, what do I want to get rid of? I guess the power cells are kind of. Actually, I could trade it out.
Yeah, there's some space on the.
Oh shit! I guess I have like the weaker drill mod or something too.
I'll start going a bit with this, with these containers.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I could start like running back and forth and like filling them as we go too. Like.
Yeah, I think like one full set plus a couple will be enough to like get us to the next like solid land.
Mhm.
Oh, here's another red guy. Yeah, now we go down. This part, whenever I'm like driving down, sometimes the the whole like truck can like sort of slide forward and fall. So it's kind of
Hmm.
it's like a risky part to drive down. But if we fall, that's where we want to be, is down there anyway. So. It's pretty cool how I feel like they really designed this terrain to make use of because they give you like a free paver at some point where they really are like strongly hinting like this is the thing you'll want to use.
Oh, that's cool.
And then yeah, like the terrain definitely
Oh,
lends itself. Yeah, this will be a tricky part.
uh, yeah.
I'm also gonna run out of soil, but I'm gonna stay inside
Okay.
the vehicle and then I can build the bridge back.
I wonder. Oh, I guess I can carry the house with me for oxygen to
It'll be
get
pretty.
back.
Oh yeah,
And
that's a
then
good
I
idea.
can
Yeah.
just, yeah, and then we can keep the house there. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
just
and
do
then
that.
yeah, that's good. That works really well, actually. Yeah, carrying.
Almost like a good thing that I died. Yeah. Like, because now we can bring the house to where we are. Strategic.
Yeah, it's like this thing, like strategic death.
Yeah. It's like, what is the main goal? Not to die. Like, how are we going to accomplish it? Dying? Like, no. Like,
Yeah, you're just like, I know we're not supposed to die, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, also with this Brutalist movie, like I listen to the A24 podcast, and like some episodes are
yeah.
good. Like if it's two like interesting actors, then it's pretty interesting to hear because they always like the whole podcast is just pairing like two actors that have recently done movies that might want to talk to each other. They pair them together,
Mm,
and they just have like a random conversation. But it gave me like
that's cool.
a little bit of behind the scenes like insights into like I guess Adrian Brody is the main actor in The Brutalist, and he was saying that like he was kind of like an immigrant, and his grandparents definitely like came to America and had to start from scratch.
Yeah.
But then he was lucky to like have learned English and started his acting career. But then yeah, he was talking about like how the movie like connected with him kind of, and he put some extra stuff into it, informed by his own having to immigrate.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, it's nice when people make like casting decisions like that that are based off of like the actor being able to like emotionally connect with the role too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it like adds something like it like adds something to the movie that is like more meaningful than yeah, if it weren't
Yeah.
like
Yeah, especially right now, it's interesting because, uh, like it's this is like a story of like a Jewish like immigrant and just immigration in general. So it's all layered into like it's like telling the story of a Jewish immigrant when like Israel is not right now behaving like super well in the moment, even though like there's a two-sided conflict that like nobody knows what the right side is. And so
mm,
then yeah, like watching it from that perspective, I was sort of like, I was like, is this propaganda? Like I was trying to figure it out. I was like, did they make this
yeah.
because they want us to like empathize more with one side than the other? But then like the movie doesn't like cast him necessarily. You know, it's not saying that we should
Yeah.
empathize. But it's just sort of like it's very yeah.
It
It's like it
sounds
would
like
be
it's
like
just yeah,
yeah, it's
like
just
it's
like a
somebody's
story.
story.
But it
Like
really made me wonder like I'd love to watch like an equally well produced like well marketed movie from the Palestine side just to feel like I have a story from both sides, like so that we can humanize like both sides, because it really seems
yeah, yeah. I
like I
mean,
guess
like
yeah,
it's yeah, like it sounds like it's focusing on the guy's journey like in America or like his family's journey in America as opposed to like the conflict there. But like I can see what you mean about like because there's a very popular movie about like a person of that background that people can empathize with, then like it just naturally makes them want to empathize with people of that background more because they feel like they know or have known somebody
yeah,
like from it, like through just watching the media.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I guess the statement overall is kind of like the Israeli people or like the Jewish people are a large like race just like anyone else, and they're and everyone has either a hard or an easy life, but there's no reason why like these people deserve anything differently. And so it sort of, but then if you only have their side, you're sort of like, oh, and then people are attacking them, so they must defend themselves. And it doesn't really, we don't really get to see like,
Yeah.
but the people attacking them are only doing that because they're being encroached on or something.
Yeah, it's difficult to
Yeah,
like watch news about the conflict and like understand what's going on for me. Like, because it is like there's like bombings and stuff that happen sometimes, and like I just don't know enough about what's going on, like to understand more than like there was a bomb and people are hurting right now. Like,
yeah,
and it's just so like because yeah, like I haven't studied it, so it's like anything like yeah, it's like anything that happens, it's like I don't know what the right thing is to believe. I just know that like
yeah.
people are getting hurt, you know? Yeah.
But
And
I
it's
guess what I
like
what I want to see
yeah.
is like, I don't really want to see like like anything that directly addresses like the war, the conflict. I want to see just like the story of like someone who has like a
It's
family in
like
Palestine or
yeah.
whatever, and for some period of time, and just show how like start the movie with like they have a totally normal life. Maybe one of them even works in like Europe or America as like a software developer, but then like when the conflict arises, they end up going back, and just show like the the complete like the other side of humanity, where like just like their childhood home, like the mall they used to go to, like is just being like destroyed seemingly for no reason. uh and just
Mhm.
show that transition of like from a normal life that any of us would have to like dealing with this thing that's lasted hundreds of years that they have no involvement in, other than now they feel like this is unfair and trying to like deal with
Yeah.
that or something. Yeah,
Yeah, it feels like again, like I haven't like heard too much. Like I try to stay away from news about things like that because it's like
It's all
yeah, it's
polarizing and
like
stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Um but yeah, it feels like it's almost like living in like a hurricane zone or something like for a lot of people. Like it's just kind of like there's like bombings that happen almost like as often as like natural disasters or something in like hurricane zones and it's like what do you do? I don't know. Like it just seems a little strange like sometimes like yeah like I guess because I don't really understand it that well like a lot of my thoughts when I think about conflicts like that are like why don't people just like stop. It's like there's like it just doesn't seem like worth like human lives for anything like why wouldn't
Yeah.
they just stop instead like it's like
Yeah.
why
That
why do
question.
this like
Yeah.
yeah.
For so many things, like when you see like workers like striking, like there was this whole strike of like hotel workers, just from November to like now, and I think they're still going in some parts of LA. Like they've been striking just for like better pay for like hotel cleaners and stuff. But yeah,
Mm.
I saw some people posting on Blue Sky, and I was sort of wondering as well, like like who in management is like just not wanting to be like, okay, we'll negotiate, just because isn't it kind of boring to just like watch these people strike and know that like we're theoretically saving money if we let it continue, but like why? And it's just sort of
Yeah,
like it's like
do you have something to place a beacon down where you're at because I'm not sure if I know where you're going.
I don't think I have anything left. No beacons, but any
Okay.
of the pink. It's like the pink crystals. We can manufacture beacons.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like I'm at like the where the bridge like meets the ground.
Oh right, yeah, to find the next bridge. I'll
Yeah.
come back
Like
because
is did
maybe
you
I'll
just
already.
did you just keep going straight like once? I guess so, right? Because that would
Yeah,
have been the
kind of
direction of
straight.
the storm. Okay, so I'll just try that and see if I I
If we
have the
see
house with
any,
me so I don't have to worry about oxygen.
I was wondering about finding more beacons. Yeah, I'm basically just going straight towards the storm, or as straight as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
the
found.
storm like seems to have disappeared on my map, I think. Like I
Yeah,
don't think I can see
that
the
keeps doing it
pink.
for me. It keeps like showing up, and
Maybe they move or something on this planet.
I
Oh,
don't
I
think
see it
so because
again.
it's centered on like.
Maybe
It's
it's
got to
just
be
like on the other
centered on.
side of the planet.
Yeah, we're probably going like around like 3/4 of the planet.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, over here is where. Now I have beacons. You'll want to be on this side though. Whoop. Oh,
Yeah, I guess there's also
you're not on
oh,
the
sorry.
right side.
Of what?
There's sort of like a chasm like between you, like the bridges that I was building
Oh,
are over here. If you have
okay.
any
Yeah, I am.
soil,
I can see. I think I might still be able to get to where you are.
yeah, there's an orange beacon now. Yeah, you'll just if you have soil or something, you can build.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, right there is a good spot, I guess, too. Um,
I can also start building.
yeah, I got.
Yeah, it's cool how far it is and how we have to keep like restocking and making decisions like on the way.
Yeah.
And it's been like a while since we've went to our
Yeah,
regular base.
it feels like an expedition or something, yeah.
That save hut. It's cool the equipment they have. Like the save hut is kind of cool because we bring our save point along, and we have like the
Yeah.
oxygen from the vehicle. I'm gonna run out of soil, so I'll have to stop the bridge in a second. Yeah, here we can stop.
I have a little bit of soil in the thing on my pet.
Yeah, maybe I'll take a couple canisters back and fill them.
Yeah, it takes some too. It's like dynamite on the cart.
What? I started making a flat place for the thing and it just launches it, but I caught it. Yeah, I guess also. Oh yeah, I guess we won't have. Actually, I guess the way we could, if we die and we go back to the main base, which I guess we wouldn't because we have the save hut. But I was thinking, you can print more oxygen containers by getting like the quartz that's near the base, and then once you get to the stash of chips that we have, you can build a surfboard. So we can kind of like build oxygen and surfboard on our way back.
Mhm.
Which gives us like a way to retrieve our stuff at least. Here there's like some plants that shoot sort of like more directly.
Mm.
Instead of launching a red dot, they just like pivot and they shoot one. yeah, we got a good amount of soil. Also, Severance season 2 is out.
I never
Or like,
tried watching that actually.
yeah, the first episode of season 2. And I don't know how I feel. Decided I was thinking I would just like wait a few weeks and then watch like a couple episodes together, but I decided to like check out the first episode of season 2, and then I ended up like pausing it halfway and just sort of watching like a recap of season 2 episode 1, because I wanted to know, like, I just felt like the time it's interesting. Sometimes it just feels like the vibe or the timing is off in a very subtle way, where it doesn't sort of land the right like sort of satisfaction that the viewer is looking for, or like the humor is like a near miss when it doesn't need to be, compared to like how I remember like the humor of the season 1.
It could be sometimes there's like writers strikes or something that are going on, and like it affects.
That's a good point. Yeah, actually, because there was.
I don't know if that's happening or not.
Like, season 2 is coming 3 years after season 1, and it was because of like writer strikes, and, and also like trouble on set of, I think the directors were fighting about like the intent of the film. So I feel a lot of that. I think that stuff does come through. That's actually a good point. Yeah. I had remembered that, but then I forgot about that, the writer's strike. But that's exactly what I was sort of talking about, where there's this one scene where the guy's like, a fun fact about me, like they're sitting around a table and they're supposed to do like intros, and he's like, a fun fact about me is that I made 4 new friends today. And then the supervisor's like, I have to remind you that I'm your supervisor and not a friend. And then I should go back and check, because there was like a weirdly long pause where he's like staring at the supervisor, and then he finally says says slowly like 3 new friends, but he says it in like not in a way that really communicates what they like. It's like, is he angry, joking a little bit? Like, it was sort of like not really. It was like that was a weird amount, but it took like a weird amount of time for them to like complete that scene just to deliver like one joke that wasn't funny. And I feel like that's exactly like the writer's strike is like, we need a joke for him to tell, and then they're just like, okay, this one
it's like filler or something.
Yeah, and then it's like, one that's not funny, it takes like a long time to deliver, there's no other jokes. and like this is the first, like, it's like we're within like 15 minutes of the first episode of season 2, and it's like, are they running low on jokes somehow?
It's like, just in case you're wondering how the whole rest of this season is going to go. He's one really bad joke
like the opening,
the
like the iconic like opening scene of the first episode of season 1 is like he's walking down these like white hallways with like a smile on his face, and there's like a weird, like it goes on for a weirdly long amount of time. Like, it takes him like a few minutes, like while I think the credits are going and stuff, but he's like cheerily walking down these white hallways. Then he keeps like turning, and you're sort of like, the joke is like it's been going on for quite a long time. But then in season 2 episode 1 they open, and he's more in like a panic, and he runs out of the elevator, and they have this thing where, like, what I think is they had like a camera on a drone where he like jumps out of the elevator, he like looks to the right, then he looks to the left, then he starts running, and but the drone camera is like a few feet like in front of his face, like filming his face, but it's always trying to like stay. It's as if like there's like a pole,
Like
you know, attached.
stabilized.
Yeah, like it's you know, it's I guess physically it's like as if he has like a pole attached to his forehead with like a camera on
Yeah.
the end of it, except for it's they could have like done that with like a GoPro stick like facing back face cam, but then
Yeah. There's
but
also
there's like
just like
lag.
after there's like visual effects like afterwards that um can do that now.
Can
Like I
remove
see a
it.
lot of like
You
or
mean to
like can add it.
remove the pole?
Like if you have like a video, like a still video of somebody jumping up and down in the room, you can like change there's like video editing tools now that can change it so that it looks like they have like a camera attached to them instead of it being like a static camera. Like it's
Oh yeah.
basically just like yeah, like it's just moving the camera in a certain way and
This
then
one
adding like
somehow though,
motion blur effects. Yeah.
with this it was like the camera would almost have to be on like a rail that like a rig apparatus, you know, because it was sort of like a it was like 360 degrees like around him, but uh like always like sort of making eye contact with him in some way, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. I don't know. But so then my conclusion was like it's probably like a drone, and then that would make sense because what I feel happened is that someone was like, do you want to try out this new like drone based camera that's like never been done before in a TV show? And
Mhm.
like the director is like Ben Stiller, and I sort of could see Ben Stiller being like, we got to use a drone like for this scene, we got to use it, and they're like, it's not really, it's kind of like lagging, and like it's gonna be like the audience is not really gonna have understood this kind of shot before, uh, and he's like, no, it's working, you know, like he'll push it through, and then it just comes across as kind of like I know that drones are capable of doing this, and that's what. So it's like immediately recognizable as like this is a drone, and they used it because it's a drone, and drones are cool, and like, and
Yeah.
then you're
Oh
like
yeah.
struggling to think of any other reason why they would have done that. But to be like the opening scene is kind of like, oh boy, like they went with a
Yeah.
drone, like they didn't have anything better than like a drone.
That's funny. Yeah, I think like there's probably shows like that and stuff that like it's like since everybody that's like into cinema or like into cinematography like watches maybe they watch those shows or something and like they know that there's a group of people that wants to see like the newest and coolest camera shots or something or I don't know. Like I feel like
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's like weird. It always feels funny when there's like something new like IMAX or like drones or something that can give you like cool camera shots and then people like it seems almost like overused a little bit, but
Yeah.
then it's also like how is everybody supposed to get enough experience with these things like on a in a professional way without like overusing it like so that they can put it on their resume like I think that's kind of what ends up
Yeah.
happening. Yeah, like, people just, I guess, look for excuses to use drone shots and like in daytime TV shows and stuff like that because it's like, well, somebody needs to do this in a movie later, so we need to start practicing now. Like,
But to be timed with like the writers' strike is like, we need like some good opening dialogue for this scene. It's like, oh, but the writers are on strike. It's like, okay, well, I mean, is there
get the
any way we
camera
can get
guys,
like a
yeah,
couple of jokes that they're like, it's like, and
get
then
the camera
someone's
guys
like,
to write a
yeah,
scene.
the
Yeah.
camera guy, yeah, yeah. It's like literally like someone just like, well, I got a friend who has a drone. They're like, that could work.
Yeah.
It's like my friend's kid has a drone. Like, bring him in. Like all the empty writers' chairs in the back. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
let's check it out.
I'm just imagining like that really that like joke that you said was bad or whatever. There's like somebody else in the room that like puts up their hand and they're like, "My kid tells jokes.
Yeah.
Bring him in." Like, it's like just filled with like kids jokes written by this kid or something.
It's like, okay, we're all gonna take
Right.
the Thanksgiving break, and at Thanksgiving, like, you know, if anybody's got a funny nephew, like just ask them if they want to come in.
Yeah.
This may be a bit hard because of the slope. I think, yeah, if you just park it on the slope,
Yeah, I'll park it
or yeah,
right
or like
outside the
just try to
thing.
land on here, and then it should be able to stop. Yeah. And now, yeah, we're just sort of the difficult task of like trying to sort of build a bridge inside that meets up with one of the storms. Yeah, the thing too is like the little storm parts, like they move around. So once I build like a bridge to it, sometimes it just like kind of disappears, and then I have to find like
Mm.
another one. But sometimes they come back to the same place. So then if I just build a lot of bridges, at some point we have enough.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take a break. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'm back. Are you unboxed this stuff now?
Yeah, a bit of it. I was finding some more resin because ideally we have that the platform B that's holding the storm collector. It can hold like three of the little storage, like the 8-pack storage things. So
Yeah.
I went to the center actually, because in the center you don't get hacked if you make it like into the center of, and I found some resin. I was gonna build. Yeah, I guess I'm just building bridges kind of like everywhere, searching for
Yeah,
like the easiest.
yeah, I filled some more soil canisters here too. If you have any empty soil canisters, I can, or I guess there's enough like material around you while you're building to probably just pick up as you go. But yeah, if you want to, if that's easier, like I can fill soil canisters while you build bridges if you want.
Yeah, right now, cause oh yeah, I'm just sort of sorting out like what I'm gonna bring into to try to collect. Cause yeah, we need one more of these. I don't want to like leave all the soil canisters like on the ground. It's good if they're like connected to something. So then
Yeah,
I was
you could leave
thinking,
them connected to the platform, like the medium storage. That might be a bit better. You'd like put them in a little bit of a divot or something, or a cave even. Yeah.
yeah, either like a divot or if I could build, if I had like
We
compound and resin, I could build one more of those platforms to hold stuff.
compound and resin. I
Compound
can
is
go.
silver.
Yeah, there's silver and resin is the yellow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're so high up in the air and like going into the storm is we get
Yeah,
hacked.
I'll see if I can find some of that. It feels like we're in an area that is like above. I feel like that stuff is located everywhere, but like there's more of it in the starting areas. Like once you get to the places that have
Yeah.
like iron and stuff like that, it's like
Oh, I see
the
some.
common.
Yeah, I have sort of like a slide bridge that slides down into the middle, and there's resin and compound down here.
Okay.
Yeah, at least they do that. They give you. They sort of do a good job of giving you what, like, the local environment usually has, like the immediate things that you need.
Yeah, it feels like just challenging enough now that I think about it. Like when I'm trying to find resin or compound or something like that, it's not like it's usually never annoyingly like not around,
Yeah.
but it's like within like what feels like I'm achieving something distance. Oh shit! Oh my god!
The thing
It's
shot
a
you.
plant. Yeah, I didn't realize that. That's like
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to think of. Like it's like easy to forget, like get distracted, like, and then forget those things
yeah.
that are around.
It's just like annoying that the plant is essentially just like an animal trying to kill you. Like it just has like a sniper on it. Like what? Yeah, it's like so like yeah. It feels like I didn't even get close enough to the planet to set it off.
Hmm.
But I guess like for those ones you just have to be within whatever range. I'm pretty sure my backpack like fell really far down.
Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah,
I can bring the house back now, though, because that's where I
okay.
spawned.
Whoa. Yeah, we're pretty much good for storm data now. We each have to carry like at least 4 storm data in our backpack so that we have enough, so that we carry back enough.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'll start driving the truck back, and then the benefit is that like hopefully the road works out so that we don't have to like use soil anymore. We can just follow the road.
Yeah.
Alright, nice and safe. Yeah, I'll start driving back, I guess. And
Should
then,
I
yeah, just
follow you? Is there anything worth here?
you'll have to take at least 4 of these.
The storm data.
Yeah, if you just take 4 in your backpack, then we should have, yeah, we should have like all the stuff we need. Yeah, when we get
Okay.
back to the main base and we put the storm data in, it's gonna give us like one of those chips that we have to then bring back here and put in the center of the storm. And then we have to do that thing where we like fit those little gear things. Like we have to search for the place to put the little gears all on the main gateway.
Okay. Sorry.
You guys like falling or something?
It was weird. I like clipped into the bridge and it looked like I was gonna fall for a second, but it like popped me back on top of the bridge as soon as it loaded. That was like pretty good. Because yeah, if I landed down there, it's like oh shit. Like
Yeah, like the longest staircase to go down just to get stuff. Yeah, it's possible that we don't have to bring the truck back. Like we could just surf back if we have enough like oxygen tanks.
yeah.
I think haven't I a feeling though it takes like a full backpack of oxygen tanks. But also I guess we could package up, yeah, you like package up the tractor and then if you just like throw like you can put the tractor in your backpack in one spot and then you just like throw it down, it fills your oxygen back up and then you can just kind of leave it there. So that's one way to like travel
Yeah, you can just.
later.
That's true.
Yeah.
You just bring the tractor with you. Can you do that with the house too?
Yeah, the house also packages into one cell. Yeah, so if you have that house
Yeah.
and a packager, yeah, like if we had bring the house with us right now, then we could just like surf back halfway, drop the house, and then the more packagers, then you can like package the house back up, and then carry it again. So that's kind of if you have a bunch of packagers, it's kind of cool.
Oh, you know what we could have done is like I could have left all my stuff back there with the house. And then we just went with the storm data, and then after we do the storm data at the main base, we both just kill ourselves and then respawn back at the storm. I guess we wouldn't have the
Yeah.
tractor with us though.
Yeah, I guess we gotta carry just the one. Yeah, the track.
But if we built, I guess if we
Yeah.
built 2 tractors initially, then we could do that.
Oh, but not the tractor, but the thing that we have to put in the center of the gateway has to be carried from the main base. So that we'd have to do at least we have to carry this one item back from the main
Yeah,
base.
I guess like in all, it wouldn't save us too like that much time. And this is like fun anyway. Oh no, 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 no. Like remember when I just said it was fun? Like no.
Oh,
I actually saved myself. I ended up in a cave. So.
yeah. It's like remember when I said it was fun? I lied, and you like fall
Yeah.
as you fall to your death.
Yeah.
These things here, this graphite is good for a packager. You can make a packager out of it.
Okay.
In case we don't have one, I'll take it.
Oh, I hear a special sound. Oh wait, it's just music. I thought I was hearing like an artifact or something making a noise on the ground.
This part right here is a bit hard to navigate. I think I'm headed towards a beacon, but on the way back as well, I feel like it may be a bit hard to find the route. Even the beacons are pretty cool. The way we like drop down the beacons, and that's sort of the way that we find like the path that we built back. It just feels
Mhm.
like we're doing stuff in the world to make the world easier to navigate, which is a neat, very like realistic feeling or something.
Yeah.
Let's grab vegetation. Yeah, on the way there, when we were at that point where I was trying to print like more beacons, I was standing
Mhm.
like on one of the bridges and I printed a beacon and it just like fell out of my backpack and then fell like off the bridge, and so I was just like watching this beacon like fall. It's like it's funny because it's still like marking some spot, but it's like not at all the spot I wanted to mark. It's just like falling into a
Yeah.
cave like but I was looking at like it was like blue in color, and I was like, okay, well, I'll have to remember that if I see like a blue beacon in the middle of nowhere, that's the one that just like fell to the middle of nowhere. Now just feeding them all in. And you could add the ones from your backpack too.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you just place the ones that are in your backpack, you just place them on the starting shelter or in this in the machine.
Sorry. Yeah, I got distracted scanning like research items on the road. It's
Yeah,
on this research machine
they go here. You can
or
just
into the
put them
house.
like yeah on that wall, and then they get sucked over to the
Okay.
scanner.
I think that's all of them. I took one more than I had to, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, so that gives us this thing here. And I guess I'll just
Oh, yeah, the key thing, yeah.
we carry it back. So now we decide, do we want to you could drive the tractor if you want. You don't have to take
Okay.
all the you could decide like how many wagons you want to take, or all of them. Like it doesn't really, we don't have any use for them. The tractor would just be like to get oxygen, but I was thinking I'll
I
just
mean,
print.
like, don't we need to power something once we get to the place, though?
Yeah, we'll need
Like,
three small generators will be enough power.
okay.
So
I
we
mean,
can
I think I
do.
have one on my back, right?
Yeah, and there's like
Oh, I've
one that
actually.
we left. Actually, we left a bunch of them like behind. Uh, so then it's just up to us. How do we want to travel, basically? I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'll just use my surfboard.
Okay.
It's more.
Do we need? Yeah.
There's like
Yeah, we
some
can
risk
just
involved.
do that then. Yeah, I guess it's more like the risk of fall damage or something is more. We could pack a house with us though, and then just like take it out and save.
Yeah, I'm packing a tractor for that reason.
Okay. Should I pack? Maybe I should pack one as well then.
Yeah, if you want to like experiment. It takes 2 aluminum, so you can print it with these 2 aluminum and the small printer here. Yeah, and then you just activate that and you can print the tractor. And then just like it'll print into a box and you can just leave it in the box, like just pick up the box. And then
Yeah.
and then optionally, if we have a packager, I have one packager like to repackage stuff. We don't really need to repackage it because it'll just like the tractor when you print it, it won't have like any battery or anything. So basically, it can't do anything unless you want it to like power it and drive it, but it will give you oxygen.
Yeah.
Then you can just leave it there as like garbage or on the way. Actually, if we find more graphite on the way back, you could print a packager and then keep the tractor with you.
Mhm.
But yeah, I feel like it might take a decent. Yeah, we'll have to watch our oxygen. I'm gonna try to bring like 4 oxygen containers. Yeah, this will be kind of a crazy trip because if we're going fast, it'll be hard to follow like the beacons or like if you're trying to follow me and then I get ahead and it's easy to like drive off a cliff. Or if we die, I guess if we die, we spawn at the shelter, which is not so bad.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess it's just fun to like travel in a different kind of way. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm ready to go.
Okay, all I have is like a tractor and a generator and oxygen.
Yeah, if you got
Is that good?
power and
Okay.
yeah, if you notice that your oxygen is low, then you can just
Unpack
toss
his
it to the
tractor, I
tractor,
guess. Yeah.
I guess if we see resin, like resin can do temporary oxygen still. So like if we're like low on oxygen, just grab like a bunch of resin and print the temporary filters and that can
Okay.
give you like a boost.
Yeah.
Yeah, this part right here is like hard to, but there, I guess we left a beacon. Oh, there's a pit. Ooh, I got stabbed. Oh, I think I actually died. Oh, I came back to the starting shelter.
Like the base that we were just at.
Yeah. I think I'll start running back on foot, and then just like get to my body, and I'll use like resin.
Yeah, you could probably make it.
Yeah, I'll just use temporary resin. I can get more resin like on the way. What are you gonna do then? Keep going to the
Yeah.
That was interesting. I wonder what exactly made me spawn at the main shelter. Maybe it's like just because I was close to it most
Yeah,
recently.
probably like if enough of the world is loaded in around like one shelter and not the other or something, like because you're so far away, then it just resets the spawn point. Using the um using the hoverboard down this bridge that like connects to the ground reminds me of like that Tony Hawk's like boom boom huck jam thing with the huge ramp.
People really like the warehouse level in the first like Tony Hawk. I see that like
Yeah,
come up every once in a while. Yeah, everyone like
yeah, I like
remembers
that.
it as like a good memory.
I think that's the one where you can burst through a wall into like a neon area too. I think most of the levels in that game had a secret level in them. I think all of them might have.
Yeah, game. They did like a good job adding like a fun, like a very fun feeling of game design to like these like N64 games that like they didn't have like a crazy amount of capability, but the way they designed them, it just really felt like a cool experience.
Yeah,
Like yeah, they always put like one thing that was kind of like unknown, and if you find it, it changes things up just enough where you feel like something unexpected happened.
yeah,
But now it's hard because games are so capable. It's hard to like deliver something to the player that they wouldn't see coming. Maybe Elden Ring kind of does that a little bit. It like sets up some rules and then sometimes breaks them, and you feel like the game is aware that you're playing it or something like that.
yeah. And this like really strange looking log. No, it's just a regular log, I guess.
Yeah, I collected my body. Did I mention this? Like I heard about this, like sort of a small creator that makes kind of like rap songs, and he does some like video editing that looks cool in
And
them. And he at one point he just like asked Tony if Tony Hawk wanted to be like in one of his videos, like, and this was like 2 years ago or something. And then Tony Hawk
yeah,
said yes. He has
that's
this
cool.
song called Tony Hawk, and it's just like a simple song, like kind of like mumble rap, but like Tony Hawk is there.
That's cool.
Uh, yeah, and it's funny the way like if you watch the video, it's mostly like Tony Hawk like in a white room, sort of like looking at the camera or doing like simple things, and so that
Yeah.
I think the way they like figured out like how to do the filming, make it like very easy, uh, commitment for Tony Hawk was maybe part of how they made it happen. But
Yeah.
it's still funny because yeah, it's just like like why like people that are just watching it would be like, why is Tony Hawk in this video? But then also from Tony Hawk's perspective, like he's like this culture icon that's still like around that people have partially forgotten, and for him to like be like self-aware and be in this video knowing that like enough people will recognize him and think it's odd, you know, like
Yeah.
it's just funny when celebrities are like aware that like their time has passed but they're still remembered, and so if they show up in like a bazaar in like a certain place, it will be funny.
Yeah, it's like something where like at the height of the career, like maybe they wouldn't have done that thing, but like after the fact, it's like funny to do or something.
Yeah.
I've seen stuff like that in some cases, like kind of like when like Bob Barker was in like Happy Gilmore or something like.
Is your guy, you just took like
um,
the wrong turn or something, or you're looking for items?
yeah, like I took a wrong turn and had to find my way back to a bridge. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's kind of a good, yeah, the way you're going is connected to like a thing that leads back up. I guess your oxygen might be a bit low.
A little bit. I did take out the tractor
Oh
and
yeah.
use that, but I just like left it behind.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna walk into the house, the little hut again
Mhm.
to save. Yeah.
Is there a way you can help me get back to where you are?
Oh, yeah. I thought you.
I'm kind of stuck. Like, do you see where I am?
Oh,
It's hard for me to like move my camera and stuff. I'm like stuck on a wall, like kind of near you.
yeah. There's a lot of soil up here, so I should be able to build a bridge.
Yeah, if you can build one like down to me, that'd be good.
Here you go.
What?
I think that's good. I think it's built.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'll grab. I have generators and stuff. So yeah, if you just walk into the storm. Well, I guess it's maybe it's destroyed at this point.
Does this one hack like really fast too?
No, because we have now that we collected the storm data, we have extra protection against hacking.
Okay.
So it's pretty, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you see the route where you can slide like right down to the middle?
Yeah, I'm in the middle now. I just went down here.
Yeah, that purple thing. You could put the purple thing in the center if you want.
Okay.
And then yeah, so you have 5 of these now. We need to fit
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, I remember doing this last time too.
I could see where 2 of them go, so I'll start
Mm.
fitting them.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see any yet.
Maybe some of them fit in like multiple places,
Yeah, maybe.
because like sometimes I feel like I get lucky and I find like they fit well pretty fast.
I did find a spot.
How many it takes? 2.
Here, I think. What buttons rotate it?
C and V. Oh yeah, I found the last one too. That was fast. That was like faster than the first one that we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we just gotta power this thing.
Yeah.
And now it actually acts as a teleporter that could teleport us back to the storm that's close to our base.
Yeah.
And now I guess our mission now, we probably need to build like the 3rd strength of drill bit, which takes like diamond.
Mm.
So yeah, we'll need like we need like a certain type of gas for that and some different resources in order to like drill. We just need to drill to the center of the planet. Maybe I'll carry some of our better equipment down to the center so we get even more like teleport with it back. I don't know exactly what stuff we care about though.
What happens if I gaze into this thing? It just takes me back to the base or something? Or
Yeah, you could teleport to the center of either of the 2 other storms. It's hard to tell which one's which, but if you have enough oxygen, then if you teleport to both of them, I guess you'll see like.
Did you already teleport? Or did you...
No,
are
I
you
went
going
over.
back?
Yeah, I was taking a look at our stuff. I'm gonna pack up like our little portable house.
How do I actually teleport to that? It's not really... Oh, there we go.
Yeah, this is the part where the surfboard is useful because the surfboards are so fast. Like you can teleport with them and they take you back. They can go from storm to main base. Yeah, it's a bit hard to find, I guess, like where exactly did you end up finding?
Yeah, I found a
Yeah.
storm that's like closer.
I don't know if you did. I see your markers like kind of far from me, and I'm
Is
like
it?
back at the
Oh,
main
okay.
base. Yeah, I went when I teleported. I teleported to the one that's like the southernmost one. I tried both, but
Yeah, I just died, so that's fine.
yeah, I wonder where. I guess main base because I've packed up. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you'll.
I'll probably just rebuild my stuff because my body's in like a
Yeah. I
pretty
could give you like
inconvenient
my
location.
surfboard and stuff or some oxygens,
Yeah.
and then yeah, you'll want to like go to the green storm and teleport to the storm you're just at, and then do like a rescue.
I don't want to do it.
You don't want to do
We
it.
could end. Yeah, we
Yeah,
could
we can
end here. Then
basically.
I could start with a
Yeah,
rescue next time.
yeah, I'll like yeah, because now our only mission is basically get to the planet core, and I guess we just need the stronger drill bit for that,
Yeah.
and some oxygen, and it should be like fairly straightforward. Except for yeah, the tough part is like building diamond.
Yeah, do we have to find diamond like as a
Diamond gets
compound
made
before we
up.
can build it?
In order to make diamond, we have to make graphene. And to make
Okay.
graphene, the hard part about making graphene is you gotta make, yeah, okay, we need like 2 ammonium and hydrogen. So yeah, we either need to find hydrogen or do we have, yeah, we can make a gas, whatever it's called, a gas thing, gas condenser.
Hmm.
Yeah, we can end there for now.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good though. I
Yeah,
feel like
that's
every
fine.
time we've played, we've made like one major accomplishment in each session over a
Yeah,
few
I'm
hours.
glad. I'm happy with how quick the storm went in that one, like the puzzle piece thing. Because like the last storm that we did, it felt like it took like
Yeah.
half an hour just to find like where they went on the thing.
Yeah. And it's so awkward building the bridges like around it and monitoring like oxygen level. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I should be free again next Sunday, I think. So,
Yeah, that should work. Yeah, I'll see you then.
all right. Bye.